Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends and lore and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. That voice sounds familiar. That young,
yeah.
you hear that angelic voice?
Yeah, it's youth and
Youth of a nation.
yeah, it's POD.
The voice of Baby Luke. Baby Luke, say hello.
Hello.
Guys,
Yes.
Hello.
So last week we were at View
Yep.
Technologies.
That's right.
And I realized that I have a pre-episode routine.
What is that?
A routine is something you do before something. My
Alright.
pre-episode routine is, I guess, an amalgamation of drugs and alcohol
Right.
and physical movements.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
that rock and roll kind of mentality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rock and roll mentality, and also too, like I said to Josh, he sits down and he puts his headphones on at View Technologies, and I said that jet set life's gonna kill you.
Yeah. And luckily, at age 40, it has not. But
40?
I know. I don't look it
Yeah.
or sound it.
Well, the discrepancy here
Or
is
live it.
Baby Luke,
Yeah, I'm 19.
Yeah, I know.
who is much younger than all of us in the room.
16.
So
But the maturity of a full-grown cheetah.
but I was gonna say that actually.
I was going to try and like roar or meow as a cheetah, but I wasn't sure which one was which.
Yeah,
the testosterone levels of an oxen,
Of an axe throwing man.
an axe throwing man
Yeah.
riding on the back of an oxen.
Anywho, do you guys have any pre-show routines
I do.
before I talk about my real one?
My routine is honest to God. Once we're kind of set up and ready to go, I have to go. I do like what I call an anxiety pee.
Yeah.
I don't really have to go, but I go just in case I have to go in the middle of
Push
the
it out?
episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got a name for that.
What's it called?
It's called the Anticipus.
That's
what
so
the
good.
Is that clear to
That's
say?
why he's
Yeah,
on the
you can say
mic,
that.
Well,
everybody.
that was told to me.
Anticipus.
By Chase Wagner.
Oh wow! Well, I don't know if we
wow.
can out him for
Oh,
saying
okay.
that.
Yeah.
No, we can.
Yeah.
He would appreciate that. So I do
Everyone
an
pees.
Anticipus.
Yeah, there's a
and,
book called that.
and then I sit down.
Yeah.
How about you, Luke? Do you have a pre-show routine?
Usually just try not to think about it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
usually like I'll get my stuff for the show like right before we start, and I don't have to think about it.
God, that's a
But this got
blessing.
delayed like a week, and so I
Yeah.
spent a week thinking about
It did.
the stupid
Yeah.
stuff I wrote. But I was too stubborn to change it.
Did that build your confidence?
I had to take a Tums before this, so I don't really know. But
So young to be hooked on Tums.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, my routine is I listen to old episodes
Yes, you do that.
that I was on,
Yeah.
which is most
Of our
them,
show.
Of our show.
Yeah.
To remind myself that I am funny
Yes.
and I can do this.
Because you said to me, no one pumps me up like me.
Amen.
Wow.
It's true.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so accurate.
Yeah. And I do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, gosh, this guy's funny.
Well, okay, thanks for saying that. Because I feel like I was going a different F.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, whoa, the hesitation.
Yeah. No.
No, I genuinely, man, like I can tell you 6 episodes I've listened to,
Yeah.
and the
Big
one,
fan.
same.
but I have,
Cool.
but I can tell you like 0 stories that I've told.
Yeah. Us also.
Because I will, yeah, exactly. I'll do headlines,
Yeah.
and then I'll do icebreaker, and then I'm like, oh, that was a good episode. I turn it off.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how I view our show. Is our
Yeah.
show ends at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah.
So,
It's like my melatonin at the end.
yeah,
This guy,
so-
he's always got a quip for something.
and it's always
And I
direct,
didn't write that one down.
it's always directed at me.
Yeah. Headlines.
Thank you, Luke.
Headlines.
Hello. So, past few episodes, they've all
Yeah.
haven't really been like Florida Man headlines.
Okay.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
They've been some
Be very
different states,
A rumalad.
Yes.
different like games, like guess where,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
stories from Georgia,
guess
Right.
where, yeah.
That's
stories
true.
from Ohio, Alabama.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks
And
for
so I
listening.
thought I'm gonna keep the games going.
Oh,
why not?
Of course,
Now we're
this guy
talking.
is.
Now
Right,
we're
I
talking.
like games, and
you
this
do.
game that I came up with is
Hunger
called
Games.
Guess the gender.
it's called it is called guess the no it's called AI
Ooh.
versus me.
Okay.
real.
Okay.
I like this.
So I have
Hey.
3 stories, and you have to guess which one is written by ChatGPT,
Okay.
which one I wrote,
Okay.
and which one is real.
Okay.
All right. This is good. This is clever. I like this.
Yeah.
And it won't be that obvious.
And that's the title of it. You couldn't even shorten the title of this game.
Amy real.
IRL
Amy Real.
IRL
AIVIRL
versus AI. Let's just go with
Okay.
it.
So the first one
Okay.
is Florida man Waffle Wan Kenobi arrested for unusual Star Wars themed waffle meth incident.
Waffle One Kenobi.
Waffle Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
I could see a robot coming up with that.
Yeah.
But I could also see a Florida man coming up with meth waffles.
Meth waffles.
I will
But
say
why
if
is the Star Wars reference?
Well, this particular character
Mhm.
was known for his love of Star Wars and waffles.
Okay, I
that's not
guess if you
that's
gotta
not
be
that
known.
far fetched.
No, two
So
things.
the neighborhood named him Waffle Wan Kenobi.
Oh, and he's known to the neighbors.
Yeah, and he would make waffle breakfast with Darth Vader shaped waffles and Yoda flavored syrup.
Well,
Yoda
that's
flavored syrup.
Yoda
That's
flavor. That's
concerning.
what the article says.
I could see like a green slime or
Yoda
something.
Yoda flavored syrup.
Well, okay. The fact that this pervert knows what Yoda tastes like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is the red flag.
I assume lime.
Yeah.
yeah,
type of
same.
lime,
Like, but okay. So how does the neighborhood know his breakfast routine though?
Well, he was making waffles for the neighborhood.
oh,
Like,
so
he
he's
was-
a oh
it's
he
like a
gives
Sar-
them out
Saturday morning, like, oh, Waffle Wan's gonna
like a
make his
pleasure,
thing.
like a
Yeah.
pleasure house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like a cul-de-sac, I feel like, type community.
oh man. Oh, like in the
Okay.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
Our studio's on
Yeah.
a cul-de-sac, kinda, and they've never brought me food.
Remember when we used to know our neighbors
Man,
before
that's-
the internet?
That's
The-
my
yeah,
America.
the
Yeah, that
50s,
is.
yeah.
Come on.
Well, speaking of My America, it was discovered that Waffle Wan Kenobi had inadvertently mixed up his waffle batter with a mysterious substance.
Okay.
It turned out to be meth.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I just feel like I don't know any meth heads personally, but because of our job and we've recorded so many stories about meth heads,
Yeah.
they tend to pretty much like love their product,
Right.
Yeah.
and
they
they wouldn't
don't-
want to give
yeah.
it away.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it
I
was
think
an
you're
accident.
making two things in the kitchen.
Oh, I
They're
see.
both
what you're
Yeah.
kitchen
saying.
products.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Walter
he's-
White and Waffle Wan.
Yes.
So he's
exactly.
cooking. They're probably preparing the methamphetamine and
Right.
accidentally put it into food.
Yeah. Like
Well-
in the bottom of the bowl, he didn't see it. And he's like, oops, I poured the waffle mix in.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one ate it besides Waffle Wan Kenobi. 'Cause,
Okay.
By the time they got there, they realized he was acting a little strange.
Okay. Yeah, of
and
course.
they,
Who got there?
the neighbors.
Okay.
And then the neighbors, they called the cops and they had him arrested.
yeah. yeah.
Okay, so this guy's been feeding the neighborhood every Saturday.
It's just,
Okay, so this
you
is
can't trust your neighbors anymore.
AI versus Luke.
versus Luke
versus
versus
real.
real.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
going to tell you to the end.
Okay.
Do we
good,
need to guess
good.
right now?
I like which way are you thinking?
I'm guessing it's an AI because I don't think the neighbors would have this fella arrested if he's been feeding them. A robot wouldn't have that kind of sympathy, though. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. This feels like a Luke article to me.
Okay.
Waffle Wan Kenobi
Waffle Wan
sounds like
Kenobi.
a strong Luke.
That does sound like a strong Luke vibe,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Number 2.
Yes.
Yep.
Keep them dirty vampires away from my children.
Okay.
Florida man arrested after an altercation at local drive-in theater.
Okay.
I think this is real,
Mm.
but just off my gut feeling.
Is there a vampire movie that's out?
The movies they were showing were No Country for Old Men
Okay.
Well,
and Twilight.
okay.
What a great year, 2008.
Okay, so No Country for Old Men would bring out this crowd.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
That
yes.
would say
And
Right.
both films came out the same year.
Oh my
I think this one's
gosh.
real.
Yeah. We got
Okay.
some quotes. It's we heard some yelling and looked over, see an old man running from us from the other screen.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
Toward- it was Tommy- it was Javier
it's back to
Bardem.
back. Yeah.
He started to point at the screen, saying, "Keep them dirty vampires away from my children."
You know they don't
And-
come off the screen, sir.
It maybe it was in 3D.
Was it 3D
could
A
projection?
be
3D
3D.
Twilight would drive me wild.
It would. His
I would
sparkling.
love that. Yes.
Yeah.
And he said, "Call to God for protection. Pray the vampires away."
Come on.
Okay. Well,
Which, like,
sure. I mean,
we've all been in theaters where people yell or
pray.
something. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to call to God to keep a certain demographic away, vampires
vampires?
is number one.
Number one?
Number
Oh, no.
two.
It's the type of
werewolves.
people that are calling to God. Is the type that I would call.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would call to God.
Yeah, that's true.
old whiteys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then he started to throw his drinks and snacks at patrons,
see, that's the
Rude
telling him to keep it down.
and pricey.
again. If you're new to our show, this is a common theme where people in Florida will throw food and beverage as a weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
You get charged for that, man.
You got to pay
twice.
You got to pay
Yeah.
for the food.
You
and
pay for the food and you
yeah.
pay for it in prison.
Oh, however, our drive-ins like you can sneak your own. Like they're not expecting your car.
They're not checking that
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah. So you got a 24 pack of Nathan's.
Yes.
Right. And they're
yes.
frozen for some
Oh,
reason.
I'd be hucking them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ziploc
You're
bag of
melting.
Baby Yoda in the
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah,
just
Baby
reach
Yoda
in.
syrup.
Oh,
All of it stopped. There was a volunteer firefighter who rushed up and tackled the man.
Yeah, wrong job.
and He
You
was
shouldn't
asked.
be doing that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
asked for a quote, and he just said, "I was just doing my part to keep the community safe."
Maybe they were like roasted hot dogs, like off the grill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And he's like,
Yeah.
only you
He'll
can
find a
prevent-
way to shoe in
Yes.
himself into any situation.
And don't worry, the theater will be refunding the tickets and re-showing both movies.
Okay. Well,
If let me say this, if this was a modern day headline,
Yeah.
and I found out that our drive-in theater was showing both those films, I would be there in a heartbeat.
Double feature.
That would be such
Honestly,
a great
yeah.
double
It wasn't.
feature.
It wasn't at Silver Moon.
it was not.
Okay.
Shout
well,
out Silver Moon. I love you guys.
Yeah, they're great.
Great people. What's
Great
the chop
theaters.
shop or what is it? The junk sale that happens
Oh,
during the
yeah.
weekend?
Yes.
What do they call those?
They call it a chop shop.
Yeah.
If you leave
yeah.
your car at the drive-in,
yeah,
Yeah. They
cut it
sell
out.
it.
you won't be
Yeah.
there after
Oh,
Tuesday.
yeah? That
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
gone.
If I had to make a guess, I'd say this is real only because of the description.
Yes.
He ran from one to the other.
Yes.
And if you know about them, they're usually like
So
back
far
to
away.
back. Yeah.
and an
and far
AI
away.
wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
And Luke wouldn't know that. So he
Yeah,
couldn't have
yeah,
read
I've
this.
never been to a drive-in
Big
theater.
dummy.
I
Shout
thi-
out Silver Moon.
I think it's real because
Silver Moon Luke.e.west on Instagram.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. They're going to have to pay for that ad.
I hope so.
I feel like it's real because of the time frame of the movies because I think they both came out the same year.
Okay.
And so I think that's
Do
why
you
it's
think
real.
the headline's from that?
I think the headlines
Or
from
do you
probably
think it's
2008.
like, oh, you don't think it's like a throwback where it's like Classics Night?
They do have classics night.
Nah, I think it's an old headline.
Okay. Well, next headline.
So you think it's real?
I think it's real.
You think it's
Okay.
real? You think it's
Real.
real?
Yeah.
Okay. Next headline: Florida man busted
This is fun.
trying to run across Atlantic Ocean in giant hamster wheel
Dang it, that's real.
amid hurricane.
Ouch. Damn it.
Dang it, man.
Yeah.
Ah. Can we change our answer or
yeah.
no? We
No,
can't-
no, no.
You
We
can
gotta
change them at
stick
the
like
end.
glue.
You can change them at the
Yeah,
end.
okay.
Yep.
17?
I said you can.
Gospel.
Okay.
So a foolhardy Florida marathoner was busted trying to run across the Atlantic
Yep.
and was a giant hamster wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy.
You've
it's,
heard of
it's
him
a mental
before?
health problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was actually spotted off the coast of Tybee. So
Who's that?
Tybee, Georgia. So you got pretty far. I feel
You
like.
expected us to know that?
Yeah, I've never heard of that before in my
Sorry.
life.
Yeah.
Like,
Tybee?
it's like
You're from
near Florida.
Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think this guy has done this more than once.
No, he has.
Oh yeah, because I not only do I know this is real for sure, but I think he's done it 2 or 3 times and been
Yeah, he's
arrested for
definitely
it. Like
attempted to,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Let me see if I can find how many times. he's
Because I
done
remember,
it.
I think the last time we mentioned this guy is a couple years ago, and we said like, what's illegal about that?
Yeah.
I don't understand what the
I think
genuinely
it's needing to be rescued.
true the resources.
Yeah.
Like, you
'cause
can't-
He always doesn't make it far.
He's been stopped several
Right.
times saying, "I'll never give up my dream." They
Well-
stopped me 4 or 5 times,
What's
but I
the
never give
dream?
up.
Well, he made it to Tybee.
Well, his goal, my goal is
He
not
left
only
Tybee, though.
He wants to. He's doing it to
Oh.
raise money
I don't know.
for the Coast Guard, raise money for police department, raise money for
I
the
don't
fire department.
know if he knows how government works.
By trying to walk to London from Florida,
Do you know
He's costing them more.
that one of the most popular scams of like phone scams in the 90s
Yeah.
was folks, telemarketers would call and pretend to be raising money for a policeman. That was like that was the one request people would consistently give to was raising
I
money
believe
for cops.
that.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can get that sticker on your car.
yeah,
That's right. I support cops.
I
Yeah.
support cops.
Well,
But when he was stopped, he did claim to have a 12-inch knife and a bomb, and it took 3 days of a standoff.
Okay.
get him
Was he
out.
stopped in the water?
He was stopped in the water in his
I love
his hamster wheel.
how
Just
much
let him go.
How much food does he have?
Took 3
Just
days.
keep him out.
Say a
Keep
bunch of
pushing
food.
him out in the
Yeah.
water.
I think
he's
that's
got a bomb.
You remember at the end of Dark Knight Rises when Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, flies the bomb out into the
Yeah.
ocean to drop it
Docks.
off?
It does look like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what they should have done for him.
Yeah.
Let him hamster wheel it out in the ocean. So if he does have a bomb, hypothetically, no harm, no foul. It just goes in the distance. You know.
What's weird is that Batman would steal from Angels and Demons, the Tom Hanks,
Yes,
Da Vinci
yes.
Code, because the Pope did the same thing.
The Pope did do the same thing in that
Yeah,
movie.
the Pope took the bomb away.
The evil bishop.
Yeah,
Now that's a good back to back too.
that is a good
The
back
Dark
to
Knight
back.
Rises and
Yeah.
Angels and Demons.
Yeah.
Sometimes I zone out on Mike 3 and
You
I just get
should.
lost
You
completely.
Which
should.
one would you rather see back to back? The Dark Knight Rises and Angels and Demons,
I love
or
Twilight.
Twilight
No
and
Country,
The Twelve
Twilight.
Men.
Twilight, New Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So-
I agree.
So maybe I thought you guys didn't see this.
No, we
You
see.
would think that.
Yeah, we see most things because we are the Florida men. So like we are the Florida brand,
Right.
and we're required to know
Preach.
every headline before it comes on
Right.
the show.
It's just like there weren't like a lot of headlines that weren't just like sad because the hurricane.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
forgot about it until you brought it up just now.
Yeah, we don't do hurricane news.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so
Okay, so now you guys got to guess.
I've got it figured out now.
Okay.
So now it's just AI versus me.
this guy wrote the meth waffles for sure.
Okay, yeah.
And then I think the AI paired those two movies together because they came out similar times. And that's why the
Okay,
Silver Moon
okay.
thing is AI.
Okay.
Thinking AI then
No,
me.
no. Luke's preaching Silver Moon for like 20 minutes here. Luke wrote Silver Moon.
Wow, as a way
It wasn't
to
set at Silver Moon.
Huh?
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's a
but
segue
that's a
for you.
decoy.
Mm.
Yeah, that's to throw us off.
Okay,
AI waffle, real whatever, guy with a bomb and a raft.
yeah.
And then the middle one is Luke.
I mean, I'm just kind of hurt that you guys thought that one was real, and then immediately you were like, "Oh, that has to be AI." Luke could not write that.
No, I think
Luke
one,
could write 'em all.
I think you wrote
Luke could write 'em
the
all.
waffle one. I think it's Luke
see.
AI real.
Reveal.
AI was the waffle one.
No, so
I-
Josh
That's
was
what I
right.
said.
I
Josh
wrote
got
the
it.
drive-in.
Yeah, I knew it.
And then I couldn't think of a third thing to do, so I pulled a local headline.
Josh did it, man.
Okay.
Well done.
That's
That
right.
was fun,
I know
dude.
Luke.
Mhm.
That was a lot of fun.
ChatGPT came up with Waffle One Kenobi by itself.
That's gold.
We have to put
I-
a stop to
I gave it. I gave it a
ChatGPT, man.
prompt.
Hey, fellas.
Hello, Josh.
Hello.
So, episode 243.
243.
One of our most popular
That's right.
to date.
It's
And-
funny, man.
And because of this icebreaker that we're about to have,
Yeah.
it's going to go down in history, and it's presented by Luke
West.
West.
Baby Luke.
Yeah. So you guys told me to come up with an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never done this before.
That's
Are you
that's
sure?
the perfect role
Yeah.
for you.
I don't think so. I've done headlines. not an
Mentally, though,
icebreaker.
you've done it.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel
How'd the polar bear? What did the polar bear do when he walked, broke the ice? I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah.
That thing that people say.
All right, Josh, you have an icebreaker. No,
All right,
how-
so
How much does a polar bear weigh?
enough to break the ice.
There we go.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, icebreaker. So
Let's see what you got here.
I was thinking icebreakers. I was
Yeah.
thinking, what are some besides the polar bear one? What's some famous icebreakers?
okay, like
Oh,
you,
wow.
And I
you mean
thought-
like fatties
taking
who have
it-
fallen through
you're
the
taking
ice?
it literally.
I thought the most famous icebreaker,
Titanic.
the Titanic.
Okay.
And I thought, what's the second most famous icebreaker?
Jesus Christ of
Global
Nazareth.
Well,
warming?
now that I'm saying it out loud, it's not. It was an icebreaker at all. I said the Ice Age, so kind of the opposite.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah.
so just imagine that
I
in
think,
reverse.
I think the ending of the Ice Age
Yeah.
is
I would
a
like to
big
reiterate, I
icebreaker.
came up with these ideas like a week ago, and I hadn't thought about that.
They marinated.
Was ice more popular a week ago?
I think so.
Yeah, it was
like,
hot.
why is
It was
it
a
not-
hot
Okay,
Okay,
topic.
no, we can still do it. Titanic broke the ice. Ice Age built the ice, right?
I see what you're saying. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
When I
yes.
think Ice
Uh-huh.
Age, I think of the animated Ray Romano. movie.
Wow. Okay. Ray
Okay.
Romano.
Ice
Yeah.
Age.
That's
He's-
a name that hasn't been said on this podcast.
we haven't.
Yeah.
So I
For
thought,
good reason.
why stop at one game?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's have two games.
Two
How
games.
many references are we making
Two
here?
games.
Yeah.
So this game is called. So I have it all on a slide.
a
Titan-
PowerPoint?
I
It's a
do.
long
It's
title.
Titanic or Ice Age.
Titanic
go.
or Ice Age?
Okay,
Okay.
so what I've done is I borrowed this idea from this YouTube channel
Okay.
called Mr. Sunday Movies.
Okay.
Where they just pull letterbox reviews.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to guess what movie it's for.
Mm.
Usually it's for, like, a bunch of
that.
comic movies.
Yes.
So this time it's
Stolen
only
content.
it's only between the movie Titanic
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
and the movie Ice Age.
Yeah, we got
I
that. Yeah.
love that.
And I'll be keeping score
Okay.
because
Yeah, let's
there
go.
will be a winner. So you get 1 point for guessing the correct movie.
Okay.
Sure.
And
But
2
then-
points.
Letterboxd, you can rate from 0.5 to 5. If you can guess the right score, you get 3 points.
0.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 0 to. Well, I want to make sure you know that it's 0.5, 1.5.
Oh gosh.
There's
yeah.
halves involved.
Okay, we won't do the halves. We'll round. If you get it close, we'll round
Yeah,
it out.
yeah,
I don't want
yeah.
to do the halves.
But if we're dead on, 3 points.
I'll give you 5 points if you're dead.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off easy, simple.
Okay.
Oh boy, I really thought Jack was gonna make it this time.
Okay.
Is that the movie
This time.
Titanic or the movie Ice Age starring Ray
Ding, ding.
Romano?
All right, Josh.
Titanic.
You think Titanic?
Yeah.
I think Ice Age because I think there's a character called Jack in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And why don't we just say positive or negative score?
Positive.
Positive.
I think it had a positive.
Positive. It's Titanic with
Baby.
a positive score.
I can't believe I got
He
that
gave
wrong.
you the lead in.
Yeah,
he
so
said it's
I
easy.
said simple. So Josh
And he
gets
said Jack.
2 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next one. I want to kill that Ice Age baby.
What?
There's a baby. There's a baby in the Ice Age movie, and the review says, "I want to kill that Ice Age baby."
Oh, okay. So I think
Oh.
that's an Ice Age
I
movie.
think that's an Ice
Do
Age
you think
movie.
it's the movie Ice Age?
Yeah, you
And I-
said it twice
and I
in the
think-
description.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to kill that Ice Age.
Okay.
And I think it was a negative review.
Negative.
Also negative.
Negative. 4 stars.
What
Ice
the-
Age. Positive.
Did
Okay,
the
well,
Ice
we
Age
got the
baby-
movie right.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
have to
we
get 1
got
point.
we got the movie right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he gave us the answer twice in the
Well,
description.
I want
That's
to
not
kill
my
that
fault.
Titanic Jack.
Oh my God, Jack. Jack calling Rose stupid while simultaneously kissing her is peak romance.
Okay, so I think Titanic's the
You think
movie.
it's
I'm
Titanic or
I'm
Ice
gonna
Age?
also go Titanic.
You think positive or negative?
Negative review.
Positive.
Titanic 5 stars.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's 2
Wow.
points to Josh. 1 point.
Well,
for
give me my
Wayne.
one though.
I did give
Okay.
you your one.
Everyone-
okay, so
everyone
we're
counts.
warmed up now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was warm up.
You guys enjoying this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
We
know
can
how
pull
I'm
the
gonna
plug.
do when
Oh,
you
no.
don't say the effing title in the
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Oh, that's like the pre-test where you think you're taking the test and
Right.
they go, "You've
Well,
now."
I'm
met-"
still counting those points.
Yeah, you know. Okay, cool.
This one's a little. This one.
He's like, okay, yeah, we're good.
Okay, after 20 years
Yeah.
when this came out, this still holds up to this day.
Okay, that's what reviews. That's a positive review.
Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Ice Age as well.
Ice Age.
Because there's less to hold up.
And that's an old person comment. Oh, 20 years.
Right.
True.
Yeah,
True.
and
They're-
which means they like Ray Romano.
they would like Ray Romano.
Positive,
Positive.
negative. Positive.
Positive review.
Positive review. Ice Age.
Yeah.
Positive. I forgot which one that was too.
Yeah.
I want to say this, just sidebar. Ray Romano loves our show, so we love you, man. As a person, just your work sucks.
I like your older brother, the giant.
Oh yes,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Philistine. What's he
Yeah.
called? Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just does this the whole time.
Ray.
Everyone hates him, but we
Our
love
dad's
him.
bald.
Yeah. Big fan of the show.
Yeah.
No,
Alright.
Seinfeld was out at the same
Right.
time. and
Yeah.
I was a
If
bit.
you're gonna pick,
It's like
Yeah.
you're putting Titanic up against Ice Age.
Yeah.
pudding.
Wow.
Okay,
This
Wayne's
guy.
hungry.
Who's hungry?
Watch this for the first time as God intended on 2 VHS tapes.
That's Titanic.
That's
That's a
Titanic.
double
Yeah.
feature.
Oh my
Titanic.
gosh. I did see a news report. A guy's trying to collect 1 million.
I think I sent this to you. All the
Titanic.
Titanics?
Yeah.
On
Really?
VHS.
I saw it individually first, and then
Okay.
you sent it to
All
me.
right.
Well, if we can guess, at what point in the first cassette
It
the
ends.
painting scene is, then we get.
It's
an
about like
extra
half
point.
of the-
I bet you could.
Yeah.
The 37th minute.
Positive or negative? Titanic, both of you guys?
It was positive.
Titanic, negative.
Titanic, 3 stars. So,
Positive.
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 Yeah.
so Josh,
You
that's 1
round
point.
up.
That's where I'm making
Ooh.
up the points right
Wayne's
there.
catching up. I have a bar, so I can't see the movie in
Oh,
case
okay.
you're trying to screen peek.
Yeah.
Oh, this
So-
guy thought
so
everything
even I
through.
know. Christopher Nolan wishes he could make a masterpiece like this.
Ice Age.
The thing about it is, I feel like that's Ice Age. I'm gonna say Titanic though.
I feel like it should be Titanic, but I feel like people are being funny, you know?
I
Right.
think it's wit.
Yeah.
I think it is
But then
witty.
him saying that throws me off.
Okay, but I also too, it's the back and forth that makes me think it's Titanic because so far it's been Titanic, Ice Age, Titanic, Ice Age. So I think it's
wow.
Titanic based on the fact that he would see that pattern and change it up.
Okay, so Titanic, positive, negative.
Positive.
Titanic, positive.
Ice Age positive.
Ice Age positive. We are Ice Age positive.
We are Ice Age positive.
That's a disease you
baby,
don't want.
Yeah.
You don't want that one.
All right, next one.
Ice Age, just the phrase is losing all meaning. 'cause I've
Yeah,
said it so
honestly,
many
it's
times.
Yeah.
not an icebreaker at all. It's an
No,
ice maker.
Age.
yeah.
Well, this is the best movie ever made. Citizen Kane, You Are Nothing.
Sid is a character in Ice
Oh.
Age. Citizen Kane, Ice Age.
Ice Age
Positive.
Ice Age positive.
Just to go with the current back and forth that we're going, I'm gonna say Titanic positive.
Titanic positive. Ice Age positive.
Boom, baby.
I'm gonna throw up.
Left by the same person who left the Christopher Nolan one.
Yeah.
Wait, is this you?
No.
Are you promoting your own letterbox
wish.
account?
I don't have reviews for either of these movies.
Okay.
Next up, Gayer Than I Remember.
Hold on.
I think Ice Age.
I think in the steam room, the coal room. It's pretty gay.
Those
Jack,
men-
Jack with his friend in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Those big strong guys like huffing
Yeah.
coal.
And that's a
Philistines.
double Ice Age we just had.
That's a double Ice Age. you just
So
said.
now let's talk
I
about
think.
yeah.
Okay, no, you're right. No, I'm gonna go Ice Age. I'm gonna say Ice Age is gayer than I remember. And that's a negative review.
Ice Age negative.
Yeah, I'm saying Titanic Negative.
Titanic, negative. Ice Age, negative.
Oh, wow.
That's where I close the gap.
What's
That's where you close
gay
the
in
gap.
Ice Age, though?
All that ice.
It's 3 guys and a baby. 3 men and a baby.
Oh,
I just
which is a good
realized that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
support
I mean,
it. I'm
that
just
was
saying,
a
like,
Burt Reynolds
Yeah.
movie, right?
right?
We
yes.
got just a few more left. You
Okay.
guys got the energy for it?
Yeah,
Is
of
this
course.
bombing? How are the views?
No, I
It's
love
great.
it.
Yeah, the views are up, man. It's a great quiz.
Give us
Yeah.
5 more.
Well, next up, nothing is scarier than being chased by Javier Bardem and his mushroom hair.
Okay.
nothing.
Well, why is that?
Huh.
Why is that a review for either one of these films?
I don't
He's not
know.
involved.
Oh, wow. It's a no country.
Javier Bardem.
What was chasing Ice Age?
Oh,
Was
there
that dinosaur?
A creature.
It's the ice.
The ice was chasing Ice Age?
Okay, I'm gonna say it's Ice Age is a film, and I'm gonna say it's a negative review.
Ice Age negative.
I'm going to say it's Titanic, and they're talking about Dean Cain.
Dean Cain was in that movie.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I'm a massive
And
Dean Cain
Titanic?
fan.
Who was the main guy?
Yeah.
That's
Billy-
Leo.
No, the other
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane.
Oh,
Yeah, Purple Punisher.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Titanic.
Okay.
All
And,
right.
it's,
Well,
and it's positive.
it's No Country for Old Men.
What the?
So,
That doesn't
Okay.
count.
so I
You're
wanted.
right.
I wanted to throw in you guys' favorite movie.
Okay, yes.
Well, I
And
think we should both get a point for having to
half
put up
point.
with that.
Well, I mean, I thought you guys would do that, and
Oh, well,
be like,
no.
Javier Bardem, mushroom haircut, especially you, Wayne.
I know, but it felt like you were trying. It felt so obvious that we were being like
Right.
Tom
Sassed on.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't pull the same joke twice in a row,
Well, we'll see.
Well, we'll see.
because Robert Pattinson owes me millions in therapy bills because I'm forever scarred by the way he said, "Better hang on tight, Spider Monkey."
Mm.
I'm gonna say Twilight, Part 1,
Okay.
and that it was a positive review. I'm gonna say, in spite of that sarcastic comment that this reviewer left, that they left
No,
a positive review.
I got it.
Okay.
I think it's when he was the preacher in that Southern movie.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he was like, and he was kind of essaying people.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I
I
think it was that
remember
one.
that the devil everywhere all the time,
Yeah.
or something like that.
So Twilight positive,
Yes.
Devil anywhere all the time
Negative.
negative, Twilight negative.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I'll take a
A
point
half
though.
point.
I tried to psyop you guys by
Yeah, I see
bringing
that.
up the movies earlier.
Well,
in the
oh,
headline I wrote,
wow.
so they'd be in
Okay.
your mind.
Double decoy. I like
Double
this.
decoy.
I think the reason why it would have been in my mind is when you say the most popular quote and the lead actor.
Yeah.
Then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty.
Yeah, a double
Oh,
decoy.
Javier Bardem chasing someone with a mushroom haircut.
But you know what though? That would be a clever review if there was a similar character or theme in like Ice Age. I could
Thank
see
you.
someone
Right.
seeing that
Yeah.
and then running with it.
right. Well, next one.
This
Okay.
is for the championship.
I don't know how many are left.
My man. I like he has to do the zoom in.
3 words: CGI baby Renesmee, which is the name of the baby in Twilight.
Okay, yeah.
So is it
Uh,
Titanic or Ice Age?
It's what's the fourth one called?
Yeah, I don't.
New Moon.
I think it's
CGI
Muscle
baby
Muscle
Renesmee.
Wolf. Muscle Wolf.
You think it's Titanic 4?
Muscle Wolf.
Twilight 4?
yeah
Muscle Wolf.
Twilight 4 Muscle Wolf.
Can we talk about going skinny to just jacked? What's his name?
Dude,
Taylor Lautner.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
he-
for New Moon.
They told
Yeah.
him they were going to cut him,
Right.
and they were going to recast
Unless he
him.
gets
and,
jacked.
and he said, "I promise you, I can do it."
and he did.
And he
How
got
did he
so massive,
instigated his own puberty?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
just by will?
Yes.
You can will your own puberty to happen?
That's what happened to me because when I turned 16, I hadn't hit it yet,
Is that true?
and
Luke?
so
I
I
think
just
so.
I sat outside First Nation style, like
Yep.
crisscross applesauce, and I just shook, I
Yeah.
shook,
Uh-huh.
and I shook and shook, and then
Did your
finally,
pants bust off?
no, but my my armpits went poof, and the hair just came out of my armpits, and I go, "Hey, mom, look at this."
Yeah. And then she called
She
cops.
fainted into the pool.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Ice Age or Titanic?
No, I'm not falling for this.
Okay.
This is the fourth Twilight.
All right, Muscle Wolf, and I say negative review.
Yeah. I'm saying it's Das Boot,
Okay.
the
Well,
movie Das Boot.
I'm
about
saying-
the submarine.
It's Ice Age popular.
What?
Positive.
Oh my!
He set us up. It's
yeah,
a bait
he
and
did
switch.
double
The baby.
decoys and
A
then the
bait
reverse.
and switch.
Baby.
This is like playing
got-
Uno
we
with a
got-
4-year-old.
We got 2 more. Score is 11-8.
Wait, who's got 8?
You got 8.
That's
Of course,
impossible.
baby.
You
Yeah.
can still win it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
11's my favorite character in the Goonies.
All right. There's no more tricks.
Okay.
All
I
right.
promise.
sure.
I
It's gonna
don't
be a
even know how
serial
many times
question.
I've watched this. Still bangs.
I know
Wow.
what that is. It's gonna be Ice Age. And it's gonna be positive.
Ice Age positive.
Yeah.
You can't watch Titanic too many times.
There's no. It's too long. It's too sad
Right.
and too make believe.
Yep. The guy didn't hit the propeller.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Zero
Yeah.
chance.
It's Ice Age, and it's negative.
No, it bangs, bro.
I think they're using it as like
Ah.
she bangs, like a
Oh,
Ricky
William
Martin.
Hung.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ice Age
okay.
negative.
The
Ice Age
original
positive.
artist,
Yes.
William Hung.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like he gets half credit for a Ricky Martin song. William Hung, American Idol,
Yes.
1996.
I don't know. Before my time. Well, it's
Simon
Ice Age
Cowell.
popular
Oh, I say
Okay,
it's
all right.
popular.
or positive. I'm picking my word.
Hell yeah.
That's 3
All right,
points then.
All right.
So we're tied.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah, there's
forgot
got
how
to
I
be
was doing
one
points.
champion question coming.
All right, last question.
Okay, so this is for the tiebreaker.
Real, real?
Tiebreaker.
This
Real,
is-
real for real for real.
Hey, say this is for the ultimate hombre. This is the last
Right.
man standing. This is
Right.
that's what this is for.
Right. Oh yeah, the scores are now even. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How'd that happen?
You can hear
God.
me. You can hear the scores changing.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Did not expect it to end that way. I'm so upset. Did not expect it to end that way. I'm so
It
upset.
could be someone clever,
Yeah.
which is the internet.
The internet is clever. I think it's negative, review wise.
Positive Titanic for me.
Positive Titanic.
And I'm
Uh,
looking at the camera.
I'm gonna say negative Ice Age. Looking at the camera.
Negative Ice Age.
look at the camera and say the answer.
Congratulations.
I lost.
Josh is the winner.
Ah,
Boom, baby.
Positive
Josh. is
Titanic.
the- Yep.
And that was my icebreakers.
That was amazing.
That was
for
great, dude.
Icebreaker versus ice maker.
I've done 240 icebreakers.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've never thought of taking it literally.
Yeah, well,
And that was brilliant.
you're welcome.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm gonna open up with a quote from a Florida man named Richard McGuire.
My favorite
Yes.
baseball player.
Lizzie McGuire.
Yes, they're both related actually. Richard says, "What's really going on here, Walt Disney? What's really going on?
Yeah.
What are you protecting on this island that's so effing good? There's something up they don't want people to know about."
I don't.
I know what you're
It's
talking
personal
about.
property.
That's
What
the
is that?
quote from Richard McGuire. Now I've got to
I
paint a
see
picture
it.
here of what Richard was doing
That's going to take a bit.
when he made. Yeah. Well, I want to.
Oh, that's a big canvas.
Oh, trust me, the team's bringing it out right now. This is an 18
Jesus.
by 18 photo.
Is it upside down?
And you
It
o-
will
you-
be.
you
I'm
brought
painting it
white
upside down,
paint,
and I'm going to flip it up, and you guys are going to know exactly what I'm talking
and you
about.
only brought white paint on a
You
white
got it.
canvas.
You got it.
Let's go, baby.
Das Boot. So this gentleman actually said this quote on a live stream that he was hosting on his YouTube channel, where he goes by the name Southern Pirate Outdoors. Okay.
It could use some work.
I mean,
Yeah.
Southern
My-
Outdoors is like, doesn't need to be said.
Yeah, you're a
Right.
pirate. Of course,
Yeah.
you're outdoors.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
when
you.
this quote was recorded,
Yeah.
Richard was surrounded by Disney's private security
Oh.
and dozens of Florida sheriffs. He was hiding in the brush, kind of in the swampy waters off the shores of Bay Lake, and he had just escaped Discovery Island.
Oh, okay.
Now, this predates Luke, but Discovery Island may sound familiar to our listeners because we actually covered it in year 2 of our show.
I was
yeah.
alive.
When we covered it, or oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 years
I didn't
ago?
realize that.
Yeah.
But okay, so it was originally called Treasure Island, and then
Oh.
later Disney renamed it to Discovery Island. It's located in Bay Lake, Orlando, which is just a short boat trip from the Magic Kingdom. So it's near the Magic Kingdom. But when it first opened in 1974, it was marketed as this is real, a walk on the wild side, is what
Wow.
Disney said.
That was my
Okay.
Tinder profile.
right, exactly.
Wow.
Was.
Yeah, not
was
anymore.
Taken.
But essentially, they wanted to market like vegetation and animals that Florida folks weren't used to. So it was like a,
Oh, okay.
come live here. But unfortunately, the popularity of the attractions and the animals in general
Yeah.
dwindled throughout the 90s. And seeing as there was like no profit there, Disney decided it was best to close up for good in 1999.
Oh,
Was
'cause
this,
it's all
uh,
about profit?
This is
Yep.
Michael Eisner,
No.
CEO. A different one.
At the time, I don't know who the CEO was.
Wow.
It's an Eisner.
in
Oh,
Oh, it,
99.
just, it seems like a dumb idea, you know.
Yeah,
It's an Eisner
You-
move.
You know what I love about going to Disney?
What's that?
The zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
no.
zoo. The zoo on a small island.
Roasted.
Well, this guy, our Florida man, Richard McGuire, has a theory of actually what happened here with
Oh, let's
this
see.
park. So now, current day, all of the original buildings and the habitats, they remain on the island, but they're just kind of withering away, right?
How big of an island are we talking?
It's pretty massive, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at least 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You could jog it in one jog.
You could jog it in a jog.
Okay, good.
Uh,
I can't jog for that long.
here's the
That's what I was
thing.
thinking.
Yeah.
There is this abandoned Disney park that is in Central Florida, which you can imagine for urban explorers, this is like the creme de la creme.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like these guys are going to malls and going to abandoned apartment complexes, Luke. But
Dilapidated
now you have
hospitals.
like a
Busted.
Disney park where you can go and explore.
Yeah. Don't look it up. We got Luke trying to look it up.
Luke was trying to look up the end of the story, and let me tell you,
I was answering a text.
oh, even worse.
Oh.
It better be President Obama.
It was.
Okay.
Okay.
And so our Florida man, Richard McGuire, on his YouTube channel decides, I'm going to go explore here. I need to see
Okay.
what's going on. But he wasn't just exploring. He believes Disney was up to no good.
Question.
Okay.
They changed the name to Discovery Island.
Right.
They didn't expect him
They're begging for
To
it.
discover.
to discover.
That's like saying they named it
yeah.
Come Here.
Yeah,
Island.
thank you. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's like you put a welcome mat outside your house
Right.
and expect folks not to break in.
A bingo, baby.
There's a key under the mat.
You're
Yeah.
begging for it, Disney. So what separates Richard McGuire from other urban explorers is that he's not there just to explore. He thinks he's uncovering a massive Walt Disney conspiracy. Conspiracy?
Both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Well, it depends on how serious it is.
That's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
It's important to point out that all of this is taking place in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
Mm.
So he's
So-
not like
an unprecedented time.
Well, yeah, that and like it's also people are kind of locked indoors,
Yeah.
and
Right.
so we saw a lot of crazy happening
Oh, yeah.
during that time.
I was going
right?
crazy.
Oh yeah,
not me.
same.
I was in
I
heaven.
dyed my hair.
No, well, Luke actually did dye his hair blonde.
Yeah.
He
I
looked
dyed my hair blonde.
incredible.
I asked my girlfriend if I could, and she said, "If you want to be single,
Mm.
Wow,
Well, then we'll be single together.
hey man,
look at that, blonde boys.
yeah, blonde boys."
So Discovery Island, at this point, had been abandoned for decades. But in 2020, no one was at any Disney park. Right, so every Disney park was
This
empty.
Walls closed.
Right.
Cool.
So credit where credit's due. If you're gonna break into Discovery Island, the pandemic's when you would do it.
Definitely.
Right,
Once
you-
in a
yeah.
lifetime.
The idea
Because
is
there's
like
ferries right in this Bay Lake
right
that are
typically,
going back and forth
Right.
normally to take people to the Magic
Right.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
and I think the
You know it.
theory
know.
would be that people weren't there wouldn't be security, there wouldn't be employees, so
Right.
you have less eyeballs on you when you're trying to break in.
Of course. I
Um,
can tell you how I would get there.
How would you get there?
I'd flip a canoe upside down,
Yeah,
and then I'd just like,
underneath it.
yeah.
It's far away from. It's a long swim.
Well,
I got air,
Hold on,
baby.
here you go.
I
You're about to
got
find
air-
out. You're about to
yeah,
find out
air
what,
and feet.
yeah.
what Richard did. For months, Richard McGuire studies the area and he maps out his journey.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is using high-powered military binoculars, like to scope out the property
Okay.
from a distance.
Yeah.
He's doing recon, where he drives around the outskirts of the theme park and then he draws his own personal maps.
Mm.
So he is going, hey, this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to break in. And after all of these trips, the one thing he's consistently noticing is Disney appears to be massively unguarded during this time. That
Of
he just
course.
never sees anybody walking around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, and he's like because it's COVID, they legally could not work. They
I just
Right.
assume it's one guy and a bunch of cameras. that he's just
right,
watching.
right. You wouldn't be too far off.
Oh wow.
So the one downside to Richard's plan is that maybe he shouldn't have live streamed the entire thing
Well, yeah,
Mm.
that's a problem.
because he's got a decently popular YouTube channel where he urban explores.
Yeah.
And he's live streaming the entire process
Yep.
of breaking into Discovery Island. So the mapping it out, the recon missions.
It's
he's
the
live
weird
streaming all of it.
thing with internet culture. Like you want to be a fan and watch something cool, but you also want to tell on them.
Right.
Right.
Well, right. And he's doing everything for clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And he's televising what is essentially illegal activity.
Strike
Right.
one.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to say anything because I wouldn't believe he was going to do it.
Yeah.
If
Right.
I'm watching this daily, like
Yeah.
watching this guy plan,
But
I'd be like,
it's
no way.
it's a Tiger King phenomena where everybody's indoors watching stuff.
Yeah.
So it just takes off. People are like, hey, did you hear about the guys trying to break into Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like one of those things.
But like if he gets there and he like there's a Mickey doll and he does something disrespectful, then you're like, I'm telling on him.
I wish I didn't
'Cause
see
everybody
that.
has
Yeah.
their like.
That's what I'm thinking. I wish I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would tell on him.
Yeah.
I tell on him.
So on the evening of April 27th, 2020, Richard loads up his car with
Uh-oh.
everything he thinks he needs
That's not going to get there.
in order to survive.
Yeah, that's a
No,
first mistake.
I mean, Discovery Island is an island.
Yeah, baby.
So,
I could have told him that.
so- and luckily for our listeners, yeah, I've got the exact list of what he brought.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's in the police report?
It's in the live stream.
Oh, wow.
He did an unboxing on the live
Oh,
stream
gosh, okay.
of the entire list
God, I'm
that he
spit
brought in his car to Discovery Island. Okay.
Jesus.
He brought a flashlight,
Check.
a single water bottle,
Wow.
scuba gear, some tape, a car battery,
Oh,
his cell phone, and on top of his car, a kayak.
my man.
Okay. So Richard
Okay.
pulls up to Disney
Okay.
property.
Yeah.
He enters the parking lot, and
The whole lake is on Disney property.
oh yeah,
They own the lake.
own the city
Yeah.
surrounding.
Okay.
Yeah, they own everything about it.
Yeah.
He pulls up into the parking lot, and everything's going great. No one's stopping him.
Yeah.
He's the only car there.
Yeah.
Richard leaves his car and he runs into the woods near Bay Lake to get a closer look of the island. Because this
Cool.
is the first time he's gotten this close. It's
Really?
all been done
Okay.
from binoculars and that kind of stuff, right?
But not
Google Maps, binocs.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, he returns from the woods to go back to his car, and the kayak was gone.
What? I like that there's kayak thieves
Someone
just ready.
someone stole his kayak
What? He
Well,
pulled up. Nobody's there.
while he was in the woods
Oh, wow.
observing Bay Lake. He came back, his kayak's gone.
Okay.
And here's the thing about Discovery Island: it's an island.
Yeah.
You need a boat
Yeah.
to get there. So Richard's so focused on the fact that he's lost his main mode of transportation that he's neglecting the fact that someone took the boat. I mean, it wasn't raptured. Like a person took the kayak off of his car.
Did he live stream the whole?
It's going live
Like
the entire
a
time.
stream sniper, you know?
It's
like,
going the
like
entire.
in his apartment. He's like, I'm going.
I'm leaving right
and
now.
then he's
Yeah.
driving.
Yes.
He's live
Oh,
streaming.
I would have driven to go mess with him.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so oblivious to this fact that we just came up with, this logic,
Yeah. that-
Richard drives back into Orlando, and at the first gas station he passes, he notices a camper with an old rusty boat on top. Not his kayak, but an old rusty boat.
Okay.
Mm.
Less efficient for him.
Our boy's on a mission, so he waits for the owner to come outside the gas station, and he offers him an undisclosed amount of money, and then returns to Discovery Island with this rusty boat.
Okay.
How much you thinking?
30 bucks.
He actually blocked it from the live stream, so we don't know how much he paid for it.
Oh, he doesn't negotiate on camera.
No.
That's his
Right.
rule.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from that parking lot that Richard has access to, it's almost a mile to the shores of Bay Lake,
Dragging a rusty boat.
which means Richard has to drag this rusty boat
Okay.
all the way there.
Cool.
He makes it the distance. He goes through the woods.
He doesn't take his eyes off that boat.
Not at all.
No.
No. He goes
Not
through the
after
woods,
kayak.
over a barbed wire fence.
Oh.
But the entire time he's doing this, dragging this rusty boat, he fails to notice that there is an above average amount of trail cameras
Oh, wow.
because it's
Okay.
Walt Disney World.
Of course.
Mhm.
They got
Okay.
the money.
Yeah, right. So after 3 hours,
Oh.
this live stream's been on for 3 hours at
Oh,
this point.
wow. Okay.
Richard finally gets his brand new rusty boat into the water.
Cool.
Oxymoron.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about that, isn't it? The boat doesn't float.
Yeah.
It does for a little bit.
It was for looks.
It does for a little bit.
Yeah.
Gets it out into the water. He gets 20 yards off the shoreline, and he has to abandon ship on live stream because the entire boat
Okay.
sinks.
So him,
Does he have the car battery in the boat?
I don't know what he has in the.
his car battery,
His backpack is
scuba
on,
gear,
yes.
His backpack, camera,
It all
flashlight.
It causes it to sink. But we give him points for perseverance because Richard, with
God
all this
bless.
gear, swims the rest of the way to Discovery Island, which is difficult. Like Luke was saying, like it's
Yeah.
far.
It's far.
Yeah.
I mean, so he swims with
Gators.
all of his gear and it's loaded with gators.
Oh no. Yeah.
So
yeah.
for me, this is the
boy.
part of the live stream that fascinates me the most because during the swim, like while he's swimming to this, to Discovery Island, he's basically narrating why he's doing what he's doing. He's not just quietly swimming.
Yeah.
He's talking to his audience, and this is what he says. He says to them, Disney didn't close Discovery Island because of lack of interest or lack of funds. He claims that from the beginning, the entire purpose of the theme park was to build it and shut it down and then use it for human and animal hybrid experimentation
He's saying this while he's swimming.
while he's swimming.
So it's like Disney.
Yeah.
Goes to the park.
Oh no. I
This entire
assume it's a
time.
backstroke.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and he's got the camera on his belly.
Yeah.
He's spitting water out like the characters do. Yeah, so he's kind of saying, like, hiding in plain sight. If we shut this theme park down,
Okay.
they can do experiments there and do all this lab testing stuff, and no one's ever going to question it. It just looks like a failed business venture. His logic is, why wouldn't they demolish what was out there? Like, why just leave it as a temptation island to urban explorers?
Demolishing takes money.
It's like Jurassic
Takes
Park.
more
Can't
money,
go back.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So
When they could just build a building.
he says that he
Somewhere
has
else.
sources within Disney
Ah, yeah.
that sent him
sources, yep.
photos of creatures that are part animal and part machine.
Oh, I love it.
And
Called an
as
animatronic.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah, the Chuck E. Cheese character.
right,
Yeah.
right. And Richard is a self-proclaimed animal rights activist, and so he,
Oh,
in his
yeah.
mind, he's doing like a holy war.
For a
He's going
cause,
there to
yeah.
shut it down, right? Here's the thing: that small problem we mentioned earlier about the trail cameras.
Yeah.
So they
They're
instantly.
connected to stuff.
Oh yeah, a room full
internet.
of segregated security cam monitors.
Well,
because-
yeah, I
because it's
know,
COVID.
That's the
Well, like 6 foot social
yeah,
distancing.
Okay.
The COVID and the non-COVIDs.
Yes,
Yes. So those trail
sheep.
cameras and the monitors,
Yep. The flock.
they alert
Yeah.
the authorities.
Of course. Yeah.
So as soon as Richard makes it to the shore, he's not only surrounded by Disney security, but the Orange County Sheriff's Department has sent multiple helicopters to prevent him from going any further.
Is he
That's
also
pretty
surrounded
cool.
by robot animals?
Not, well, not yet.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing, dude. After all that we've shared
Mickey
so far
Mouse.
tonight, this is what I find like fascinating.
Yeah.
He avoids authorities for 4 hours.
That's good.
Well,
Live
nobody
stream-
wants to get in the water.
I
right?
think that's
Yeah.
part of it. Is
Yeah.
like he's just treading,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Well, he'll come out eventually."
Yeah.
He
and
can't
then they
be in
get
there
close
forever.
and he goes under like a duck.
But he's live streaming the entire ordeal,
Is he on the island or in the water?
back and forth. He goes
that's
back and
tricky,
forth to
yeah.
land.
Because you
like
got
in
your
the-
island,
land
too.
cops
I
and then
think-
you got your water cops.
Right.
Because
right.
land cops can't go in water.
Yep. You get it.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
They get fired if they do.
They do.
It's -2 attack.
Yeah, there's a guy in a helicopter going fired, like if they're in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
fired.
here's the thing. Back in the beginning of the story, if you remember, he had he made this quote where he said
Yeah.
he had just escaped Discovery Island.
Okay.
He does in fact escape.
Okay.
He evades security.
Yeah.
He makes it all the way back to the parking lot
Where his car is
where his car is gone.
gone.
Oh,
The kayak thief came back.
In place of his car
Yeah. Oh,
Mickey
a
Mouse.
post-it note.
is a van
Oh.
with Disney security,
Oh.
oh.
and in the van,
Mickey
Huh?
Mouse.
this is true, is Richard's girlfriend.
Oh,
Oh well.
Which-
Disney always strikes
I don't
so
know.
much harder than you can strike them.
I don't know
Yeah.
the legality of this, but because he had been
Of
live,
abducting a girl.
because he had been live streaming the entire thing for weeks, the preparation, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
They waited for him to make the move. They were watching when he made the move,
Yep.
and
That's so much fun.
Why can't people just let guys have fun?
right. But in
Yeah.
partnership with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, they go to her house
Mm.
and take her as an accomplice.
Oh.
Bring her back to the parking lot. Wait for him to make a fool of himself out in
Oh,
the
like
water.
bait.
Right.
Bait
and,
bus.
and
they call it.
just in case, so they could, so they
Huh?
could, so they could say,
One more time.
I don't remember what I said.
so they basically the authorities are saying if he were to try and run, they figured they could negate that by going, "Look, we have your girlfriend,"
Yeah.
which feels like a '90s bad guy
Yeah.
move in a
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Like,
That's
we got your
definitely-
girlfriend,
Yep.
and this guy's an activist, so in his head. He's a white knight, and now the baddies have just
Oh,
kidnapped
yeah.
his girlfriend.
Because humans are
like
animals.
RoboCop.
So,
Right,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
So
RoboCop.
Richard pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
No,
okay. Phew.
but essentially, the kayak that went missing.
Yeah.
It was just the cops took it.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
He walked away.
take
took the-
everything.
How
yeah.
sneaky,
They
though.
just took the
Yeah.
kayak. He comes back, basically barters for like a rusty boat.
Yeah.
Please, please.
So the
Yeah.
cops were like initially, essentially, just like
You think
trolling
they were
this
like
guy.
decoy cops? The rusty boat.
That's a level
The
I
Rusty
didn't
Boat
think
is
of.
the name of a band that plays at the beach. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well here we go.
Bahama Breeze in Orlando.
Either way,
Rusty Boat.
Richard McGuire was arrested for trespassing.
Oh.
But his lawyer was able to negotiate it down to a $100 fine and a lifetime ban from Disney World.
Okay, who's his
this
lawyer? Is it
Dude.
Saul Goodman?
No,
Wow.
it's actually the guy that is the same lawyer that O.J. Simpson had.
Oh, Shapiro.
Yeah, but $100
Shapiro.
fine,
Or the
and
Kardashian
and a
guy.
yeah, it was a Kardashian guy, and a band from Walt Disney World.
Fine.
Yeah, dude, that's like ban me from Walt Disney
God,
World.
please.
That- I mean-
the gift that keeps giving.
I'll pay
Yeah.
$100 to not go.
Yeah,
Amen.
you're not sponsored by Disney
anymore.
Yeah, Disney, pay your writers and actors.
Come
Or
on.
I'm gonna keep
you.
coming
Yeah.
to your island.
Come on.
Next up, next week we're going to the island.
Next week we're going to the island.
I love the idea this guy live streamed the whole thing and then was shocked by the fact that the plan didn't work out.
Right.
Yeah.
But it shows you the blind, like the kind of the blind, like fervor of like
arrogance.
the arrogance of attention.
Yeah.
He's getting
Yeah.
likes and views
And all these
clicks.
fans are
There's a
real
whole-
fans.
There's a whole like genre on YouTube. It's urban exploring, but
Tell us.
just Disney.
Yeah.
So it's people
Wow.
who go to like old rides and like there's like a missing animatronic that
Yeah,
no one knows
I
where
saw
it went, and they're pretty sure like an urban explorer took it.
I believe it.
People
That's
just
no, I
walking
think they
wild.
busted
under,
them.
going out, hopping off rides.
Yeah.
There's a shop
Getting
in
their-
town.
getting
I'm
their
not gonna say.
hands chopped off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what
Yeah.
the shop is, but they sell like antiques and collectibles,
Yeah.
and they have a
Antique mall.
Disney section.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's stuff in there that I don't know how they got other than
Right.
theft. Like I mean,
Yeah.
like they have an entire seat to a ride,
Yeah.
and it's like $5,000, and it's like what in the world, dude?
You
Like,
know.
Mhm.
but
Disney's
yeah.
got to make that money.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, man, thanks for coming on the show and doing all kind of games.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
always here for
fun.
games. They call me
Yeah.
the Game Master.
Game Boy Luke is what
Nobody
we call
Boy
you.
does.
Luke.
Nobody calls.
Yeah, the Game Master.
Nobody calls
Game
him that.
Master.
Well, patreon.com/From Offen Podcast is where you can help support the show. And if you want to see pictures of baby Luke that won't be published anywhere else.
And there's bonus stuff.
Yeah.
Not like pictures, not like nudies.
No.
Just normal
No, you
shots.
can
Bonus
find that in my-
episodes.
Yeah.
And
Bonus
Also,
episodes?
it doesn't help, but leave a review.
oh, yes. It does
Yeah.
help a lot, actually.
Does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do look for podcasts that have a lot of reviews
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that are mostly positive.
Yeah.
And I also read our own reviews.
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of the pre-show warm-up I do.
Josh comes in here. He reads all the 5-star reviews.
Yep.
It takes him
Yeah.
days.
I read all the 1-star ones.
Ah,
it's like
see.
Takes
three.
me weeks.
One of the
Ah,
1-star reviews, like, who's that prepubescent boy that keeps coming on with the games? With the baby games.
Well,
Love you guys. Have a good week.
Love you.
See ya.
That was great.
You did it, Luke.
Wow.
Luke, you did it.
Hi, Patreon.
Patreon, we love you so much. Thanks for hanging out.